You know, again, how do you sort of turn that around? Because it was a bit of a loose first period, I think, from your perspective. And
Well, I mean, it's easy to say it was a loose first period, but that team hasn't won in a couple games. So, you know, we knew as a group going out there in the first that we were going to have to weather the storm a bit. They were coming hard, and that was as close to a playoff game as we've seen this year. I think they were skating, they were banging, we were doing the same afterwards. But yeah, X held us in there in the first, and then we slowly took over the hockey game.
I mean, really tightened it up, though. I mean, 17 shots in the first period. I think there were, 10 or 11 for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we just stayed above pucks and played the right way. We didn't go in after the first and yell and scream. We just, we were down a goal, and we just wanted to go in the next period and just be harder on pucks and get pucks up quicker. I think we were turning back a lot with pucks, and we got pucks up, and the game changed.
A lot of puck battles. I don't think I've seen a game with that many puck battles.
No, it was amazing, and that was the talk going into the third, is that this is a playoff game here. This is a good test for us. This is as close to playoffs we're going to get before they start. So, let's go out and do the right things. Have a high guy and play the right way, and they certainly did.
I think you won your share of those puck battles were in the loss. I mean, is that?
Well, I think in the first, that was one of the things we talked about. We got to be more intense. They're winning all the puck battles, exactly what we talked about. And then I thought we took over as the game went on, and we got more intense, and we got engaged for sure.
You're still getting that support from all three lines too. I mean, nice to get those contributions from.
Oh yeah, the Curry, Millette, and Christophe line, they've been great for us. And then I thought Abraham skated great tonight. He didn't get any points, but he played well. And then D'Amico's nice to see him score again. Cools, and then obviously the Johnny Maggio connection with, and then Miedema's fit in well right now. We're with Zito out, we're moving guys around a bit. And I thought even when Piersey and Jodes and Flaherty got out there late, they had some good shifts. So it was a group effort. But I thought the big thing tonight after the first was our D. Getting pucks up. I thought Sobolev, that was one of his best games as a Spitfire tonight for sure. He was a horse out there. And then obviously X, he saved us a couple times, made some big saves.
Nice to have that too. I mean, I know you still got Zito, but I mean, you get Medina back, and I mean, you got a couple of goaltenders that can sort of battle it out.
Well, that's a nice feeling. I mean, that's the whole reason we went out and got him is, they can battle, and the way he's played, he's proven that he can play on any night. So it's a good problem to have. I think we're going to go Medina again tomorrow night though, because Anuska was off for 5 days here he had a little COVID incident. So it's been going through the team, but again, so Medina will get that start again. He's earned it, and we're looking for a big effort again tomorrow night.
I mean, you had a really good season when it comes to, I think, one loss to the Sioux. I mean, you're 3-0 against these guys. Is it good to get those, the way you performed against some of the top teams?
Well, it's obviously going to help with our confidence, going into the playoffs. But again, when playoffs start, I know they're down the road and we're talking about it already, but we always say, it goes back to zeros, so it doesn't matter, and I'm sure the other teams will know that. But for our confidence level, knowing we can beat these guys on any night, it's a good thing. And we played the right way again after the first.
Looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, the one team you have struggled a little bit against is London. I mean,
yeah, when you say that, I mean, the first game we played them, I thought we played a decent game, and they obviously took it to us pretty good. Then the second game, it goes to overtime and then a shootout, and I thought we had the better of them that night. And then they got us again the next time, I believe. And then we went up there and we caught them a bit short-handed. Obviously, they had some COVID and some guys at the World Juniors. We had some guys out too, but I wouldn't say they've dominated us by any means. But I think we match up well. I think if we play physical like we did tonight, I think that's going to be our advantage.
Does it all come down to getting that traffic in front of Brochu and making life difficult for him?
Well, yeah, he's one guy that we've had a little bit of trouble with, but I think we got some other things that we're going to try here tomorrow night. And but he's definitely been a big reason they've been able to beat us.
Perfect.
Oh, you gotta.
So, piggybacking on Wyatt Johnston, how do you think he did tonight? I think he was doing everything. He's a little gritty. How did you think of his game tonight?
Well, I was really proud of Wyatt. I mean, I've said it nonstop all year. I think he's the best center in the Ontario Hockey League, but I haven't seen the East, obviously. And tonight was a really good game for him because it was a playoff game. There was a lot of contact, and he still rose above of the rest. So he's had an excellent season, and who knows, maybe three players of the month in a row if he keeps going the way he is.
17 shots allowed in the first period, only finished with 28 allowed. So how did you kind of weather the storm a bit and kind of calm it down after that?
Yeah, we just tightened up. We talked about it before the game that these guys were going to come out hard, and we expected it. We were on our heels a little early, but again, we came out and we matched it. The intensity level, that's the one thing we wanted to pick up, and we did. And I think that's why the game evened out the way it did.
And Curry's grit, is that one reason you guys kind of went out and picked him up? He was really gritty in that.
Yeah, I mean, when Billy, the GM, went out, that was the reason we brought him in, was exactly what he did tonight. He's taking the body. He was hard to play against, makes a good play on the goal, and that's what we're going to expect for him moving forward.
So I'm joined here by Wyatt Johnston, OHL back-to-back Player of the Month. So obviously, coming into tonight, we all knew it was a big game. So how do you think the guys got ready for today's game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a really big game for us, as you mentioned. I think just going into the game, I think tensions were pretty high, and we were all pretty excited to get the 2 points. So I thought we had a slow start, but I think we were able to get our legs under us after the first period, and it was a big 2 points for us. I
agree. This is very good stuff. You've kind of been on a heater lately the last 2 months. How do you explain that?
I think a lot of it's just my teammates, and
I agree.
And I think got to give it a lot to my teammates, just helping me out. I think it definitely a little bit of it is some puck luck and getting some good bounces. I think just kind of being able to feed off my teammates and play with some pretty good players that we have in this locker room. I think that's really helped me out.
That's good. That's good stuff. It kind of feels like everyone's just rolling out there. What's going on behind that? Is there something in the dressing room happening, or it kind of seems like you guys just having fun out there?
I mean, I think we really talk about being able to roll 4 lines. So I think we're a really hard team when we have 4 lines going, and we're just coming wave after wave after wave. So I think it's just kind of going out there, having fun, and just playing for each other.
This is good stuff. I have one final question for you. Your opinion, I value it a lot. Who's the funniest on the team?
It's a good question.
Is that a good question?
It's a good question. I think I got to give it to number 43, Louka Henault.
Thank you.
Okay, so now it's Wyatt Johnston here. We're with Louka Henault, and so Louka, you guys got the huge 2 points tonight, and you're going into London at the Budweiser Gardens tomorrow night. What do you think you guys need to do and come out for tomorrow night's game?
With the way we've been playing, being Guelph back-to-back, I think it's very important that we're the team that sets the pace. We kind of like to dictate. We're a fast team. We're a strong team. And, if you look back at our last month and a half, whenever we're physical and we dictate the speed of the game, we usually end up on top.
That's great.
We just talk, because they always talk about the offense on this team and so forth, but tonight looked like one of those games where you had to win the battles along the board, the battles in the corner, and it was more of a physical game. I know Marc talked a little bit about sort of like a playoff atmosphere type game. Is it good to get a win like that where, it's not all about how many goals you score, but how many battles you win along the board and in the corners?
Yeah, it's great. When you look at our team, we're a team that can go deep in the playoffs, and those are games that we're going to face. And you just talk about it's offense or defense, but I feel like it's more about being a 5-man unit. When 5 guys are defending well, we don't spend time in D-zone and we get to the offense. So I think it's great that we're learning to win that way, because when it comes down to it, those are the games we're going to play. Those are the important games at the end of the season.
Is that what Guelph changed sort of from Friday? Is that where they were a little bit different? They were a little more in your face, a little more let's battle for this puck tonight, or?
Yeah, I mean, they came out pushing, but they're a good team, right? Good teams are going to push. They're up there in the standings for a reason. So I think it's just weathering the storm and getting your chances. When you get your chances, just taking advantage of them. But yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at how they thought they played in the last game, and they thought they weren't competing enough, and obviously there was a change in that today. But we can compete just as hard, if not harder, and I think that's what we did today.
I mean, you look a little bit at that. I mean, I think you're 3-0 against them. You've only lost once to the Sioux. You've had Flint's number all year. What about tomorrow going into London? Because that's the one team that has given you a little bit of trouble, or you haven't been able to sort of push through with the wins, except for that one time before Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a huge game for us, especially just looking at the standings. But yeah, I think one of it's just kind of proving it to the whole league and proving it to ourselves that we can beat them. And I think it'll be a big test for us. But I think the way we've been playing, I think if we kind of play the same way, I think we'll be able to come out on top.
Nice to have X back in there tonight.
Yeah, it was great. We didn't give him much support in the first period, but other than that, he was amazing for us. And I think without him, the game easily could have gotten out of hand, especially in the first period there. So it was good having him back and played amazing.
But you turn around, I mean, the last 40 minutes you held them to, I think, 10 or 11 shots total.
What was that question again?
Well, I mean, they gave up 17 in the first period, but I think the last 40 minutes you held them to like 10 or 11 shots.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think we just kind of wanted to battle back in the last two periods and just kind of make it a lot harder on them and kind of keep them to the outside and not give them, as many chances as they had in the first period. So I think we were able to definitely do a better job at that, and I think just kind of helping X out and let him see the puck and not give him too many high-end scoring chances to stop.
You've got 2 OHL player of the month awards in a row now. How big is that for your confidence?
I think that one's for me.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. Like I've been playing some good hockey in the last 2 months, and yeah, I think especially just recently, just gaining my confidence and having the confidence with the puck. I think that's really helped me just to make the plays that I see. And as I mentioned before, I think a lot of it's just kind of some of my teammates who have been helping me out and scoring my passes or giving me the puck.